You know,
let's talk about players to highlight in this match.
I was just about to start talking about that.
Boom, there we
Snakes
go.
is going to be the clutch for AZIO's side, and he's the lurk clutch. So if you're watching that team, Snake, well, we got Modem here closest. Snakes is fourth down the line. But Snakes is going to be your player to watch and probably one of the most talented on the team. The IGL is the player closest to us right now. It's MOTM. I call him Modem, but he is also calling for the team and calling the strat. So it's going to be an interesting endeavor for these guys to go up against
I think I figured it out. I think I figured out why they want him the end.
What's that?
He gets hype. MOTM is a
really
man
hype.
who gets very, very hype when he plays. And so are they on this side? Or is he closest or furthest away? I think he's furthest away, right? He's furthest away. So they don't want him to be right next to him because the trash talk will just be too intense.
Yeah,
it might actually catch the stage on fire.
So
he's got to simmer it down.
It's happened at events before.
He's got to simmer it down. He's got to keep it a little level, a little even-keeled here. Now, on the other side, a player I want to watch, I want to highlight just personally, a player that I'm actually pretty familiar with is Bauer. Bauer comes out to our local DC lands, our DC local lands. He's the guy who's closest there with the sleeve on. And he's I've seen a fair amount of him at these DC locals. Groups that are lands that we do with what are you doing? What are you doing?
Knife round starting.
Knife round's underway.
Side of disaster. So it's going to be Inferno, a very balanced map. Now I always talk about like map balance. A lot of people refer to map balance at the professional level. Like, oh yeah, Inferno's a very, very balanced map. But then you have to start to think about, well, that's in reference to a pro level. As you come down the ranks, typically, I've felt that it becomes a little bit more T-sided.
What's interesting is that at the pro level, it's ever so slightly skewed CT. But I absolutely agree. Once you get towards a lower level, it does tend to skew T. But it depends. I guess the way I see it is if a team has a very strong B hold, a banana hold, and if they can consistently hold with one player on banana or on the B site, then it's a ridiculously CT-sided map. And I happen to know for a fact that Snakes is a excellent B-site Inferno player.
Right.
He's a master of worming his way into a specific spot, getting overlooked, and just running away with it. So you're actually going to see him early on playing around by the sandbags, and there's already a kill taken by Frosty K. Now Snakes tapping away, finds more. He's running out of bullets, though. He needs to reload. He does have help, but he's going to be found without impact. Hunter now getting chased in towards the site, but they've done so much damage to these remaining players.
Look at
it's all just going to be Will.
Fast.
Will done.
The fast rotation. And TangoWorldWide, TangoWorldWide got caught in banana. That front line of Hunter as well as Snakes met them at car in sandbags, stopped them, held them long enough. I believe it was Modem had run across top mid with nary any self-preservation, jumped across, went up into Boiler, up into the apartments, and started to flank immediately once that call was there. So very, very fast play from AZIO. Stops TangoWorldWide immediately. It will be, however, a force buy in the second round, considering Tango did not get the bomb plant, and they will start to take their pistol armor for the most part towards really a split. But I think it's leaning towards the A site with some defenders on banana to make sure the CTs of AZIO don't take that same quick flank.
T-dub-dub, huh?
T-dubs.
I like it.
We call it B-dubs. Why not T-dubs?
I like it. B-dubs, T-dubs.
T-dubs.
I dig it. I dig it. The T-dubs. It's going to be MOTM as the first point of contact for T-dubs as they're going to try and worm their way out of the Boiler. It's actually Frosty K taking first shot, but that sets up beautifully for Ian to just line them up. They're looking the wrong way, and it's just going to be a bowling alley, and he's hitting strikes. Eventually, Clone will do him dirty. And that's two players with CZs running their way towards the B bomb site. And as I said, Snakes, the solo B player, is just going to be chilling here, lurking by a smoke position nicely. But this could be a double-edged sword. He could be hoisted on his own petard here.
So Snakes just dropped that smoke, and the timing of that was just so perfect. Right as the T's got up to the top of that. They're going to run boost over and through this. Hunter's got the first and the second, both assisted by Snakes. They get the bonus cash, obviously, from the SMGs, and they're going to set themselves up pretty for a long-legged SMG buy. So they'll still hold on to 4 of those SMGs going into this next round that T-dubs are not going to have any armor to play against. But I want to talk about that last round. AZIO recognized that that was likely a force buy round. They stopped them at top mid, hesitated for about 20 seconds. That's when Snakes drops the smoke. So it's just a recognition that it is the timing on the map and where TangoWorldWide could be at any moment.
This is another play that I'm pretty familiar with from the AZIO side, which is just the immediate push on an eco round in towards mid. No fear push. They like to employ this quite a bit with the SMGs, especially when they're employing a lot of SMGs. And now it's just Will, who's managed to actually find one, nearly gets knifed out. It's going to be the USP to do the trick. And AZIO will just keep steamrolling through to their third. Keep 4 alive in that, so they built up quite a bit of capital on the early run.
A train wreck in those halls. 3 players, the number 2 man from AZIO's side trying to get past the number 1 player so he can get a knife. First player dies, frees him up, ends up getting shot eventually. But with a loss of 1 body means a gain of AZIO's rifle. They'll get another one in here. This is this push you're talking about. This is
straight down
no
mid,
respect
off the back
stretch.
of the nades.
If this gets out of control, TangoWorldWide's not going to have anywhere to run throughout the remainder of the match. They need to stop them right now.
See, now what's interesting is you say this is a no-respect strat. It actually is a very common strat for AZIO to use. They run it against everybody, which is if they come into a round on Inferno where they've got SMGs to employ and they want to be able to close that distance early on, they hurl all that utility down mid immediately and just follow it off the back. This is very much a no-fear team. They're so confident in their own aim and their own gunplay that they feel that they can win a duel with pretty much anybody in that kind of a situation. Now, you've already lost a player, so it's starting to get limited. They're going to have to withdraw, move to a much more passive hold, but they have the utility to make that happen, of course. They don't have to be super concerned about employing it because there's not a ton on the other side. T-Dubs has actually been doing a good job of not employing that utility early on. They reacted well to the mid-push, and now they've kind of got their way of it. They've got plenty of nades to get this take to happen, to make it happen, and they're going to slowly creep their way onto the site and make it go.
So this is a big round. First rifle round, really, and AZIO already 35 seconds only remain on the clock. They've burned so much of this, and this is really an expendable round for AZIO. They had lost 1 rifle, that being Grim, early, but it looks like Hunter was able to swap out his SMG for a stolen AK, so no big deal. A slight pump fake towards the A site is T-Dubs as they double back. They will be heading right back towards the solo defender. It was Snakes before, and this SMG might not have, oh, it's Frosty this time, might not have enough in the tank to be able to defend against 3. He does not get the first. Even if he had got a 1-for-1 trade, he had done his job. Now we get to see the retake and rather the hold for T-Dubs as they set up for a post plant.
Now, what's interesting at this point in the round is they have a decision to make. Do you go for the save, or do you go for what I would consider a bit of a punt? There's almost no chance that they're actually going to take this round, but if they could get a couple of kills and make it a little more neutral, T-Dubs does not have the cash behind it to really keep it healthy, right? So they're going to go ahead and go for the save. They'll withdraw. AZIO will absolutely be able to buy up in the next. No concerns there. So 4 alive for TangoWorldWide means that they're not going to have to be super concerned about the potential of a reset. They're going to have a bit of a cushion here. They have a little leeway, a little rope with which they can climb.
Yeah, I thought AZIO was going to kind of meet the middle ground. They weren't going to win that round, so there's no sense in retaking. They played on the conservative side, the very far right conservative side, and I thought they would rather meet in the middle and play for exit frags and try and bleed a little bit of that cash for TangoWorldWide. Instead, they'll have a little bit of extra cash to play with, like you're talking about now. Full buy into the round. They've got Hunter's off online. He's on his way towards that B site, and it is a 3-2 defense. And again, deep smokes into mid, very deep. They check over towards alt mid. They see that there's nothing there, but it's going to be resistance over towards B. Pop flashes, Snakes and Hunter both get a kill, and they fall back. Give them nothing.
Those
Take
nades
from them
were
everything.
Brutal.
Yeah, look at the health remaining on Tango.
They chunked every single player on Tango to about half, just off of the back of nades. They converted to 2 kills and somehow don't get punished for it, despite there were so many bodies there. But that nade damage just sends them reeling. It's like you take your step outside of your front door in the morning, you just get smacked in the face right off the bat.
That's when the paper boy just happens to be throwing his paper at that time, and you catch it right in the face. Oh, an ankle was spotted. Hunter did not recognize it. Still hits the shot and finds cover. No double peek coming from T-Dubs there. And it gets from bad to worse as T-Dubs are really just salvaging off the bodies that had fallen, extra grenades in a 2v5. Now, TangoWorldWide could be thinking about holding on to an AK and an AWP into the next round, because no matter what, that next round's still going to be gross. They instead roll the dice, get blinded again, and will get mowed down. 4-1 scoreline now, and it is an early eco reset for TangoWorldWide.
I think those nades just sent them into a panic because at a certain level they didn't even have the bomb. The bomb was way back in T stairs, so they no longer had any real attempt at trying to win that round. They were just going to try and bully and do a little bit of damage. So they just, those nades come in, and whatever thought was in their mind just falls away. It's the old Mike Tyson phrase, everyone has a plan until you punch them in the mouth.
Was that Mike Tyson that said that?
It was Mike Tyson.
All right.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, more nades.
I'm going with Mike Tyson.
Oh, they overshoot the target, though. Bauer does get tagged by Frosty through the smoke. End of the day, nets nearly 60 damage. It's going to be a Halls pop, possibly. TangoWorldWide start to coalesce towards this region. And at the same time, AZIO are kind of reading this one as well.
This is, again, interestingly enough, that they're playing 1B, but it's Hunter on the AWP instead of Snakes. Traditionally, that's the Snake spot. But he's got the rifle, so he's going to be the swing player. He's hedging towards A. So at this point, so much presence on the A bomb site. Already a kill picked up. Once again, you have TangoWorldWide kind of reeling here. They've still got the 2 rifles, which is the crucial piece of this buy. But the utility is dwindling. And every little disadvantage that they pick up just takes an already improbable round and makes it that much harder.
Yeah, this is a sticky situation. Not only are the AKs going to have to pick up the slack as you would hope to expect, but as well, those guys with pistols are going to have to carry some of the load. Oh, there's a gap in there. This is risky.
Hunter's managing to slip away. The molly is good to get him out, and he's going to somehow hop over the deagle shot, so it's not found. But there was a gap in that smoke. It was a bit poorly thrown, and that gave Infernal opportunity. He's going to try and convert off the back of that with a deagle, but it's still Hunter around, and Hunter is to be feared. Snakes has been found. There's the second. They're at least going to get the plant, presumably, here. And with the AWP retrieve, this is falling apart. It's just Grim and MOTM to come back in, and they're all the way on the other side of the map. It's now a 3-on-2 post plant, and what was a broken buy has been converted into a very comfortable post.
Well, one of your healthy players just went down. Maybe they swap the AWP back towards Bauer's side, but seems like Coin, if that's how you pronounce his name?
Clone.
Coin?
Clone.
Clone. Oh, it's a little L.
It's a little L. Right. Capitalization is fun.
Yeah, it gets you sometimes. But MOTM's last man standing. Looks like he will just yield the round, get an exit frag. As they cross over towards CT side, they'll pick off one body. He'll lose his life, though, in the pursuit. Not too shabby from T-Dubs.
4 for Clone.
4 kills for Clone.
That was a 4 kill.
I mean, that wide swing, it's difficult for Hunter to be able to acquire those targets with the AWP. He had trouble with how fast they were moving around the corners with the pistols.
The problem is that Snakes goes down for free. Once Snakes goes down for free, Hunter is really in such an awkward spot where he's just backpedaling and simultaneously trying to pick them off. And it's a tricky place to play on the B-bomb side if you don't have support from CT.
I love Hunter's buy right now. Negev dualies. He's got lots of bullets.
Oh, God. We were seeing Scruffy play with the Negev a couple rounds on Mirage. Let's see where he puts into effect.
So one thing I want to mention as well, we said before this is Hunter's first LAN. Yesterday was his first LAN game. He top fragged for the team. Interesting spot for an AWP.
In my experience, AWPers, if they adjust to LAN well, love LAN. Because it's all about the pixel shot. It's all about the instant reflex. And you can do that so much better on LAN than online.
Yeah, no jiggle. The jiggle peeking can be punished. I mean, you peek out, you're actually right there. You are spotted. So bracket control is going to be contested right now. Top mid, MOTM also gets mollied and flashed out of position. TangoWorldWide starts to collect. Grim, though, starting to punish from the other side of this one. It seems like AZIO had a plug up on that front side towards the porch. Grim has some sniff, and he hits a target down to his sidearm. He will go down, but still information gained. A kill plus, spotting 2 more players there as Hunter will take down Aber.
With a Negev.
Negev.
Aber out of the server. So that's all the presence towards B out. Now they can neutralize it. Now Hunter has himself an AWP. He's upgraded. That's his favorite gun, and MOTM's putting it into great effect on the other bomb site. Now there's only 1 player remaining. It's Bauer with a bomb, and Bauer with the bomb has to get his butt onto site and get the plant down. Only 17 seconds, and there's players all over. There's little blue men chasing him.
Hunter knows it's not going to be B, so everybody's shown up to the A side. Bauer with 1, enough time to plant
have
2.
A nade in his hand?
I did not see, but Bauer now is going to be painted in the corner. He's got another one. He needs to take Snakes quick. They wallbang fight each other through the corner to the box, and it's surprising that the FAMAS came out superior to the AK's penetrating power. Expensive. AZIO collect double AWP out of this round, though. Tango, they're getting things done with less, you know. They won that forced buy round. They had a couple AKs and some Deagle armor and CZ armor. They won that round, overwhelming the B site. TangoWorldWide just got as much done as they could on that round. 3 kills, bomb plant, and potential to take more bodies with them.
It was really a salvage operation from Bauer, right? At the end there.
Yep.
He manages to find 2 kills and get the plant out of it. That was a tough situation. He managed to find something. So it's not a conversion, and now MOTM has to be careful. Gets nailed by the pistols in mid. A little too bold with the op. The aggression from this team is great. Oh,
almost 100 damage just against Clone on that nade. Dropped him to 6, unarmored.
I have to imagine this is, to some degree, Bibby's fingerprints that we're seeing on this team, just in terms of how much utility damage they're doing. Bibby is, of course, the coach of this roster.
Yep.
And between Bibby and MOTM, clearly they've been putting in a lot of time coming up with utility strats for Inferno.
Yeah.
Devastating effect.
I mean, this is a map that thrives on utility. Woo. Only needed the 1. And Will looking for the Glock shot, but I'm going to assume with armor included that there's plenty of time to be able to turn and defend. Grim has 50 HP, and he's jumped across towards the lower stairs. SMG swings on the corner. Nice shot from Will. Body shot followed up with a headshot and an MP9 now. Maybe Will can make some extra bang for his buck. It will be a rifle round next anyways for Tango. As Snake says, what shoes were those?
Snakes will ultimately get the better of him. The sneaky snake.
Hiding in the grass.
Snack.
Don't step on.
Don't step on the snack. No step on snack. 6-2. AZIO starting to pull away here. MOTM 11-4 early on. Woo. He's been feeling that
Hunter
up.
was 8-1 earlier, I saw. Well, where is he standing now?
These ops doing nice. Doing nice work.
Doing a lot of the grunt work.
That actually might be Hunter because Panorama likes to fool you with the scoreboard.
Does it really?
Yeah, Panorama doesn't.
Wait, did I not say Hunter?
You said Hunter.
Okay.
So I'm saying MOTM's scoreline might have actually been Hunter's.
Oh.
Panorama likes to switch him around on you.
Good old Panorama. Nothing like the support from Volvo.
Thank you, Volvo.
Yeah.
Dependable.
Dependable, reliable Counter-Strike. You know who has reliable servers?
Linode?
Linode.
I like it.
Yeah.
Good working. Good tie-in. Keeping it relevant. So Bauer's already out of the server, and Bauer has been one of the better performers for T-Dubs. So it's looking a little rough, but they do have the full buy here. However, they keep losing bodies. It's just not going to work out. It's now a 3v4, but Clone the Opper, who we saw the hero play from.
Will's the only one with a utility.
Eh.
What are you going to do? Give him full minute to use 2 flashes, a smoke, and a molly, given that Will doesn't die in the process.
Without that utility, they're just going to kind of rely on this op to open it up. Nope. Use it as a can opener. There's the flash. There's the peek from Snakes. They don't actually know that Snakes is there. They don't have the utility. They do have a molly to clear the spot if they want to devote it. But like you said, utility being so limited, they're not going to do so. Snakes is beautifully positioned. Finds 1, 2, 3. Snakes lines them all up, knocks them down, rips their heads from their shoulders. And it's the 7th round for AZIO and a punishing loss for Tango.
It wasn't even a bait and switch.
It was just a switch.
Well, yeah. Well, they threw the flash from the library side. I don't know if T-Dubs saw that's where that flash came from, but they didn't even bother to check where anybody was in Cubby. Snakes just peeked out, had plenty of time. They didn't even acquire the next target. After the first player died, the second got dinked. Oh, the nades! Oh my goodness. I want to see the stat line for how much damage nades did that round.
You can pull it up, actually, with Panorama.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we can check next-gen stats. Now, we can't check for individual rounds, but we can check overall utility damage.
It killed 2 people. 2 nades came out from Banana.
Oof.
Killed 2 people, dropped 2 players below 30.
AZIO was just making their home in Banana. I was talking earlier about how when you have that strong Banana play, you can just take control of the CT side.
Yep.
And between the utility and the opping on the Hunter, they've made a home in the B-bomb site.
Yeah.
They've set up a roost.
I don't think when I play Pugs, I don't ever run like the default as fast as you can to Banana because you'll always catch that nade every time. And again, early damage, this time dealt against Clone. Snakes is down though, gets caught over by Tree. That's a fantastic turn of events. Might be one of the first times we see TangoWorldWide with a rifle round having a man advantage. Make it a 2-man advantage. Now they're going to start to work their magic. Do they check again for Cubby? Grim 1 looking for the next. He's got it. A 3rd as well for him. Now it's only Clone. He was the player that got knocked down early by the grenades or early smoke shooting damage down to sub 10. It ends up just falling apart for T-Dubs after it looked like it was well within their grasp. They just needed to reset They had a 2-man advantage. Do and execute into one of the sites.
You know what? They overthought it, right? Because they took down 2 B-site players.
Yep.
But off the back of that takedown of both of the B-site players, they roll straight into A.
Yeah.
They didn't even give – I mean, I guess they assumed there was going to be a rotation, but they didn't even give the team the time to rotate. It's just so brutal.
Everybody.
You can't play fast. You can't play slow because you don't have the utility to play slow. If you play fast, you get chunked by utility just getting into the site. It is punishing. AZIO is not letting them any room to breathe. There's just pressure applied everywhere on the map. And now they're bottled up in Banana once more. They've already been chunked low. And they're stuck by this smoke. The molly comes in. It's going to be Aber just burning alive. He barely escapes with his life at this point. And what do you even do if you're Tango? You're just getting pushed back continually. You're getting bullied back and forth. There's a player into T-Apps already. Now there's 4 players on this B-bomb site as a result of that information. This is ridiculous. They're having their way with this map, AZIO, right now. And there's just nothing that TangoWorldWide have been able to bring to bear to punish it. Snakes catches the player hopping up, and there's the finisher from Frosty K. He hops down from the flower pots, and he knocks down the pin. 4 alive, rather.
You mentioned it earlier, but we saw, was it Snakes and Grim yesterday playing Crossfire?
Yes.
Practicing for that exact play.
Setting up that Crossfire.
CT to B site.
It's beautiful.
They got caught up in the Crossfire. That's a ripper for TangoWorldWide. They are most certainly into the max loss bonus realm at this point, and it is, at that point, pistol armor, full buy, pistol armor, full buy, unless they get some bomb plants. But the bomb's just been spotted. It is, in fact, catapulted off of the bridge, and it is 2 men standing. Have had barely a look at any of the CTs. No map control. Bauer still at T-ramp. Nice flash that comes down. Doesn't quite have enough mustard to get down to T-ramp, but still, Snakes takes the peak. Takes the win.
Look, they didn't have a lot of fuel coming into this, but at this point, it's just complete failure to launch. They blew up on the launch pad.
Yeah,
it was CZ's, and just Ian decides he's going to take his peeks out from the bedroom. MOTM just bullies the shots.
Yeah.
Snakes leaps himself over the balcony, and there's the kill. Nice move from Snakes. A little tricky movement work.
It's tricky.
SSX tricky.
Tricky.
Did you ever play that game?
Which one?
SSX tricky. It's a snowboarding game on the GameCube.
I think I may have, dude. I mean, that was
soundtrack.
A long time ago.
Million
Galaxy,
years ago.
far, far away. I played 1080 snowboarding. I know that. The N64. All right, 11 deuce. Full buy for T-dubs. Where's this nade damage we're so accustomed to?
There it is. Clone. He gets punished.
I mean, that wasn't even a fast nade. That was like 1 or 2 second delay nade. Finally, Clone turns and gets a kill out of this one. A one-way smoke for Grim. That one full advantage. But again, TangoWorldWide have an edge. Last time we saw they weren't able to transition to an execute. This is going to be a fast play. Frosty struggles to acquire the target and shot in the back. 4v2 advantage for TangoWorldWide. They need to be able to turn this one back with the bombs all the way back into T-spawn, allowing AZIO to get a little bit of a reset back into their shoes here. Or is it a juke? Grim sees a player over towards the B site, and it seems TangoWorldWide, having players here, having a CT smoke right now, and a fresh one to come down, will hold on.
At this point, money's irrelevant to AZIO. They don't even have to think about it. But every gun that they can take out of the hands of TangoWorldWide is going to force a slightly weaker buy in the last round of the half. So MOTM at this point just wants to do damage. If he can find Aber, take the op out of their hands, force the full 3-man reinvestment, that's going to make it a lot more difficult for TangoWorldWide to get themselves to 4. They're already in a desperate situation, but Aber's not going to allow that to happen. Nice, clean op shot, puts them down, puts at least a 3rd round on the board.
All right.
One thing I've noticed,
yeah,
and obviously Tango haven't really been able to capitalize on this towards AZIO, judging from the scoreline, but a potential weakness in this AZIO team right now, because of their relentless aggression style, because of how much they apply pressure, they've gotten into situations, and I don't know whether that's just because of this circumstance and the respect that they're giving to this team, where once the initial player goes down, they're so loath to give up a position or to give up pressure that they just keep funneling in about 1 by 1 trying to trade out kills, and it can start to get away from them a little bit. Bauer going to get himself a nice opener, and Aber follows it up. Here we go. It might be the 4th round for T-dubs. They're making a case for themselves, but the killer position, MOTM finds 2. Oh. They have failed to account for that nook time after time on these A-takes. And now the numbers are equalized, and it's double ops as well, Hunter and Snakes.
That smoke wasn't even close to plugging up. They'll have to use another one to cross over into lane. They've gotten the bomb over close towards the site. Snakes looking for. There's the execution. Bottom to the rear side as soon as a player disarms himself by planting the bomb, and it will be only Will. He's fighting still in lane. It'll be a 1v1. We talked about Snakes being the clutch player. He's now been mollied out. He'd have to commit his life if the bomb was touched here to try and defend it. That molly will burn out, though, in fresh smoke. Flashbang. Snakes touch the bomb once. Climbs the hay cart, though. Intelligence from Snakes baiting on Will by blocking his vision and forcing his hand to spray the smoke. 12-3 was the scoreline. Not a single consecutive round for T-Dubs there. Means their economy was never really able to be grown.
They just got bullied. I mean, that kind of a round, that kind of a clutch situation is where Snakes thrives. It's where he's always thrived as a player. It's great to see him back on a stage doing that kind of a play, you know, just making the movement, the play, the tactics, the deception that he's so well known for, bringing it to bear.
Yep.
This is a tough situation for Tango. They just kind of feel like they're being blown out of the water right now.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I don't think that the pistol round is going to have much weight to it, because we saw the rifle prowess, or really the grenade prowess from AZIO. But again, the rifle prowess was just that much better. So I think even if TangoWorldWide win the pistol and the second and the third even, once the rifles are back into AZIO's hands, the case is going to be closed.
Purple gloves. I like the purple gloves. Snakes got them purple gloves.
The Flom gloves?
Are those Flom gloves?
Flom has purple gloves. That's all I know.
All right. Purple gloves. I dig it. Goes well with a knife. Really clashes aggressively. MOTM right up mid, just going to knock heads from shoulders. It's already a two-man advantage in this pistol round, and a pistol round that Tango desperately needed is already turning into a nightmare scenario. Infernal's got the CZ, but he doesn't have armor behind it, so he's got to make it work, the machine pistol. And they're not even going to get out mid. It's just Infernal left. He's already blown one clip here. Now he's just in a tough spot. They're just going to overwhelm him. It's the multi-peak. Grim actually takes his teammate in the process. He just sees heads. He clicks on them. He doesn't care whose they are. And so it's 13-3, and AZIO at this point should just – it's open and shut. They should close this round down. They should close this half down. They should close this game down in a few moments.
Very quickly. Yesterday they had 16-6 was their scoreline in their first game of groups. So this one might even be more favorable than that. This is TangoWorldWide really are just in a force buy situation no matter what.
Ooh, Infernal.
Got themselves one. That was through the board next to the car, but quickly spun right back around. You're missing a lot of armor for these T-Dub players. Only Will has head armor, so these SMGs aren't going to allow you to even aim your weapon downrange accurately. You're going to get aim punched, and you're just going to send a wild shot downrange.
It's a full five-man stack, and AZIO still just wants to fight it. They just want to brawl it out. They're not even really worrying about trying to find information towards A. They've just sent Hunter through. He's dancing around the edge of smoke, just ringing out shots. There's one, no more, but he's at least figured out that it's a stack. Yeah. So if they're playing safe, AZIO's just going to roll over to A, plant the bomb, and comfortably take the round, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Honestly, I thought they might just try and bully the site anyway, just make the arrogant play. They won't, but they will set up Frosty K beautifully in CT spawn to cut off any potential rotation. He's admiring the flowers. He's looking at the scenery. He's also admiring the armored personnel carrier that just happens to be hanging out.
I mean,
and they're just going to wait for them to come.
It's a save for T-Dubs. They've got no kit. They've got Will, who's managed to weasel out an MP7, as well as the head armor that he purchased, so he can throw his CZ to a teammate. Bauer can hold on to his CZ, and TangoWorldWide need to stretch the dollar bill as far as it will possibly go. But it is only just a dollar bill. AZIO are going to be dealing with Benjamins.
One thing to note here is that every kill that Will gets at this point gets him $600 bills. And so that is a little bit of help on their stretch. Oh, yeah. He wants to peek. Will, don't do it. Time doesn't let him make a terrible decision and peek right into the crosshairs. So he will save that rifle through, or not the rifle, the SMG, and the armor as well. And so we're going to see some upgraded pistols here, but not a lot to be brought to bear. And it's looking like AZIO is going to roll straight on to map and match point. Can't imagine they can slow them down too much.
No, that's what I was saying. The pistol round doesn't have any value to it. And it ended up going AZIO's way, so at the end of the day, it just hastens the demise of T-Dubs. But they'll still fight valiantly. CZ's MP9 are really the only thing to speak of this round. Not even a lick of utility to slow down AZIO's push. This is all to AZIO's favor. They can control the tempo of this round, just as they had done, especially on their own CT side. High-tempo team, especially against opponents that they feel that they can play with their food, if you will, a little bit.
That's an interesting stack. Can we get a shot of this stack? I know it's not going to work because they're going the other direction, but can we just get a free cam of the stack? Can we get a free cam of the stack right now?
At Arches, they all turned at the same time. Everybody turned back towards Moto.
They're just committing to the stack. I love it.
They stacked the A site, but they're not on site.
They're just going to wait for the exits.
They're a little bit memeing right now.
This is wild. This is wild. It's the human pyramid. They're gymnasts.
Oh, no.
They're not CS players. They
Aber
just drop his gun.
Pistol. I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
Aber, I can't
oh,
reach
no.
It. My arms aren't long
there,
enough.
he got it. He got it.
It's like a T-Rex. There's the flashbang. Oh, they're so blind. Frosty mows down 2, and it looks like Hunter will get 2 more.
Of course,
SMG
against
kills.
SMGs, a stack like that is
course.
just a feast.
Yeah, right? Especially that point-blank range. I've seen that stack on train where you stand in front of the old bomb train. That at least gives you the advantage that you have USPs. Very accurate at long range, and if they're SMGs that are coming out of Pop Dog or coming out of T-Con, it's a long ways. They can't just directly spray you down. That is a little bit more point-blank. Favor all the way. 15-3, last chance for T-Dubs. Full buy for themselves right now. Hunter gets blinded by his team's flash, but as well, it looks like Aber was also forced back. Hunter wins the fight. Man advantage and early damage dealt against Bauer. He takes 40 of that, and AZIO looks to tighten the noose a little bit closer.
They're sweating right now. It's last chance saloon, and Snakes has found another. Nearly converts the second, does some decent damage in the process. And once again, pressure is just relentless here for this AZIO side. That's a bit of a miss smoke, but Clone's actually not going to take advantage of it. He'll just flash his way out of it. And he'll get spammed down through it as a result. Just Infernal. He's got 3 targets that he needs to find and a lot on his neck right now. Bomb will be planted, so time is ticking down. He's got to rotate. He's going to do that through mid. Retrieves the smoke at least to work with. But what can he possibly hope to do? There's still utility available for AZIO and 3 crosshairs.
He's committing to Boiler right now. He'll throw this flash, he'll wrap. Oh, not even going to happen. I'm pretty sure he was going to end up pre-firing Boiler. As you saw his mouse movements. He's like,
yeah.
hey, I'm thinking there's a guy in Boiler. Not going to happen. 16-3, landslide victory for AZIO. Big congratulations to them as they take both of their group stage matches so far in handily fashion. 16-6 and then 16-3.
They will be sliding right into bracket play.
Yeah, piece of cake.
Right out.
That's
High
expected.
seed.
There's a handful of teams here that seem to really have a lot more experience. And we were talking.
Well, it's kind of the nature of an open event, right?
Yes.
Especially in the group stage, you've got these really qualified teams, MDL teams that are expected to make playoffs in MDL, and then you've got teams who are coming in who are pugs or mixes or friends or who've been playing main or open or IM, and it's a melting pot.
You're here to